So class, here's your test results. Anything you want to discuss? Can you tell me why I lost some marks here? Okay, read that out loud. The germ teacher led us to fitness activities. Anybody else? I have terrible handwriting, and I'm pretty sure first grader writes neater than me. I had better handwriting when I was in first grade. It's all been downhill since then. I'm not just a messy writer, but also a fast writer. Teacher, please don't erase the board. Don't worry, guys. You can copy it from me. If you're gonna read, I don't know. Back in 7th grade, I had a math test and I did pretty well. The teacher called me and said, if you can read this, I'll give you marks because I could not. But then she covered the top of the page so I wouldn't cheat by solving the question in my mind and telling her what I've written. And it looked like a foreign language to me. And with all the pressure, I could not. I ended up getting a 0 on the test. A 0. Even though I wrote everything right. And math should be easy to write, right? Because it only has numbers and X and Y's. But somehow I managed to mess that up. And don't get me wrong, I tried to improve it by using the handwriting practice books. You know those books where you taste alphabets or printed dotted alphabets and you feel exactly like a 6-year-old trying to write for the first time? Those didn't help me at all. It was just a waste of time. You can't just tell a kid to draw over dots and expect their overall drawing would be improved. I'm telling you, it's not gonna work, sorry for being honest. I went to classes for 2 days from a teacher who specialized in teaching children how to write. But then I quit because she wanted me to stay after school to learn how to write. And if I did so, I would miss the bus and then my parents would come to pick me up and then they would yell at me for missing the bus and then I would cry and I would quit anyway. So I figured I might as well quit before all the chaos started. Having terrible handwriting doesn't mean I'm bad at drawing too. I have these amazing doodles right next to some jumbled letters. I'm obviously not the best at drawing, but also not the worst. But at least you can guess what I'm trying to convey here. How am I supposed to write I-U-M all together? And when I do, it looks like this. Well, in chemistry, it's obvious that if it's this, it's sodium. And if it's this, it's calcium. It's A and L, so it might be aluminum. Maybe it's not that obvious. The teacher's not gonna play word hand with my test. I just wish there was an autocorrect for my handwriting. You just write something messy and then it just, boom, corrected itself. Wouldn't that be so cool? One time the teacher checked our notebooks and when I got mine back, it had a note on it. Improve your handwriting because I can't even understand. And I felt so bad after it. You could just say improve your handwriting. How could you humiliate my masterpiece like that? It hurt my feelings. What's the point of improving your handwriting when you're gonna use computer anyway? You need to learn how to type fast. My handwriting also depends on my mood. When I'm not in the mood, it looks like someone just randomly spilled spaghetti all over the page. Some people write it as they have printed cursive writing, and I'm so jealous of them. Because I know that I would never be able to write like them, no matter how hard I try. And you know what even makes me more jealous? Then they compare theirs with mine. Anyone who has bad handwriting comes to me and say, at least my handwriting isn't that bad. The thing is, you are insecure about your own handwriting, so you compare mine with yours so you won't feel like you have the worst handwriting. Do your own thing. Why taking me into this? And you know what even makes me more jealous? That ambidextrous people can write with their both hands and I can't even use one properly. Because they have both dominant hands. Or maybe no dominant hand. I don't know. How can such people exist? How can you do that? I had a girl in my class who was ambidextrous and she had amazing handwriting. But then we chose different subjects and we went to different classes. And the magic comes here. I also tried writing with my left hand and showed both left and right handwritten words to the kid right next to me and asked, so, which one do you think's better? The kid pointed at the one which I wrote with my left hand, and I'm a righty by the way. Writing with left hand was too slow for me. One time our teacher showed us a test. It doesn't have a name on it. Can anyone tell whose test is it? And somebody just said, ew, such poor handwriting, must be wonder kid. And the whole friggin' class just looked at me. I'm not the dumb kid who forgets to write their name on the test. I might forget to write the name on my test, but I wasn't that one. Do you know Albert Einstein, Picasso, and Charles Darwin are known for their poor handwriting? Some people think it's a sign of creativity. I didn't quite agree with that, but as long as they are calling me creative, I'll take it. And what I conclude from that is school taught us nothing. Instead of teaching how to improve your handwriting, they should be teaching how to survive a plane crash without a parachute. I think that's more useful. My school even had a writing competition. Whoever writes the prettiest wins. I didn't want to lose in front of the whole school. And who would participate in that thing is just stupid. Right, guys? Guys? My classmates say I should be a doctor because of my natural talent for it. Shout out to all the pharmacists for reading such terrible handwriting. I understand your pain, man. During group projects, no one lets me write anything, and that makes sense. I don't want to write anyway. You do decorations or something. And don't touch the markers. I said don't. No. No. I was just randomly thinking if my future self write a letter to me through a time travel, I would never be able to read that. Now I understand why nobody lets me make the shopping list. I also made a comic about that. You can check out on Instagram. Link in the description. I have an advantage there. I can write my secret diary with my precious handwriting like a secret language and no one will ever be able to read it. We just reached 50 subscribers. Yay! Make sure to subscribe because we will do a Q&A when we reach 100 subs. And comment below if you are also a messy writer like me.